Welcome to another edition of the CS Podcast, where you can hear interviews with special guests such as
Vaughan Buchanan, Tom Waddle, Pierre Desir, Brent Berry, Ed Werder,
and many others.
Too big, too strong, too fast, too good.
So be sure to subscribe and tune in to the CS Podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/ChristianRE722.
Did you not get the memo?
That's www.youtube.com/ChristianRE722 for great interviews. Be sure to check out the CS Podcast.
You are ridiculous.
Welcome back to the CS Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Shanfeld, and I'm now joined by 2015 NFL Draft prospect, wide receiver out of Old Dominion University, Antonio Vaughan. Thanks for taking some time to chat, Antonio. How's it going?
I'm good, and you? I appreciate the time you picking up with me.
Hey, man, the pleasure's all mine. I'm doing well, and let's go ahead and get right to it, Antonio. I'll just go ahead and start off by asking you a pretty simple question, and that is, coming out of high school, why did you decide to attend Old Dominion University and play for the Monarchs?
Well, as coming out of high school, that was just part of their program. Their program was on the rise. So that's one main reason I knew I was going to come in and play and help the program out on the rise. And ever since I've been there, the program has been on the rise, switching to higher conferences and better competition.
Hey, man, you're not lying about that. Now, you ended up redshirting your first year at ODU, and it was in 2011 as a redshirt freshman. You were actually third among receivers with 47 catches, 520 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Not bad, especially having it be your first year active. Now, heading into that first season of yours, did you have any idea that you would have the impact that you ended up having so early on in your Old Dominion Monarchs career?
Well, no, I didn't. Like, the first year I redshirted because they weren't really playing for that. It was like we weren't in no conference, so they weren't playing for that. And the next season, the offseason, I just worked hard with the older guys because we had a stat receiving corps. So I was just going to play my role in the receiving corps. And when I did get my shot, I was just going to do what I had to do on the field. And I did a pretty good job with 47 catches and 500 and some yards. I was just trying to make the play every time the ball came my way.
Absolutely. It sure seemed like you did as well. Now, as a sophomore, you were able to have another very solid season. You brought in 60 receptions for 855 yards and 7 touchdowns, and you were named second-team All-CAA. That translated into a great junior year where you started all 12 games, 10 at wide receiver and 2 at running back. You recorded 60 more catches for 840 yards and what was a career high then at 9 touchdowns. Through those first 3 seasons, there's no doubt that you had a lot of success at ODU. With that being said, what were your expectations for this past season, knowing that it'll be your final go-around at the college level?
My expectation was just go out and I knew it was my last go-around, so I was just going to go play every game like with my last. I didn't want to leave nothing on the field. Like, coming out of the game, I wish I would have did this, wish I would have did that. So I just went out every game and played hard and tried to lead the younger guys. So we could try to get a bowl game, which we did. We went 6-6, even though we was bowl eligible. But that was my goal, just playing to try to win a bowl game and win a conference. Just trying to accomplish a lot of things before I left. But we had a pretty good season. And I just went and left everything on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. This past season was actually a career year for you, Antonio. Individually, you were able to put up a team high and career high 63 receptions for over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. You were named first team All-Conference USA. As a team, you know, like you said, you guys had some ups, some downs. It probably wasn't the season you guys expected. You guys finished 6-6. But I got to think there are some positives to take out of this season that you guys just had. Overall, how would you describe this college football experience of yours at Old Dominion University?
I feel like it was a great experience. I feel like I did everything I wanted to accomplish. Going into my college career, I was saying that I want to be all-conference. I want to make all-conference, be a leader receiver in the conference, and just accomplish a lot of things like within the program and around the nation and in the conference. And I did a lot of things, so I can't complain. I feel like I had a great career there, and it was a great experience.
Yeah, you definitely accomplished a lot at Old Dominion. Now, a little earlier, you mentioned the conference change. At first, you guys were in the CAA. Now, you guys are in the Conference USA. What's the biggest difference between the two?
The big difference was the interior of the lineman. The lineman was a big difference, like as far as size. But containing the skill was basically the same in the switch between the conferences. It was just the lineman.
All right.
Was the biggest difference.
All right, so Antonio, obviously being a wide receiver throughout your time at ODU, you had a very special quarterback throwing you the ball in Taylor Heinicke. What was it like having him under center during these last 4 years, and what type of teammate is he?
He's a great teammate. he's a great leader. That's the main thing. He lead by example and on the field, off the field. He always just hit my phone. We used to always go work hard and throw before like games and stuff. And throughout the week during practice, he was just a great player and knew the game really well.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Chris Shanfeld talking to 2015 NFL Draft prospect, wide receiver out of Old Dominion, Antonio Vaughan. And Antonio, throughout your entire college football career, who would you say is the best or most impressive player you've had to play against?
The quarterback from Marshall, Raheem Cato. Just watching him play and things he used to do, like his arm strength and just making plays with his feet. He was a great athlete on the field. It was just exciting watching him play throughout the conference.
Well, he definitely had a great career at Marshall University, so there's no doubt about that. Now, if you had to single out one, what's the biggest or most memorable play that you've made at Old Dominion?
Probably the punt return against Eastern Michigan. They should have won the game. That was a big play for me on the punt return. Eastern Michigan was down, and they punted the ball, and we needed a touchdown to win the game, and house the punt return to win the game. That's probably one of the biggest plays.
All right, nice. Definitely cannot go wrong with a punt return to win the game. It's always something special. I mean, of course, having a receiving touchdown to win the game that's nice. But it seems like a kick return or punt return touchdown to win the game is always something a little extra special. I don't know if that's just me, but anyways, moving on now. I don't think there's any former Old Dominion Monarchs that are currently in the NFL. But is there any chance that you've been able to talk to anybody that has had any type of experience at the next level? And have they given you any advice as to what to expect during this draft process?
Yes, because we have one old member, DJ Morrell from last year. He on the Buffalo Bills. I think he's still on the squad. And we had a couple of guys like Craig Wilkins and Chris Burnett that had a shot at the lead, and they was giving me some advice that saying going into when you get on the team, just just working hard on the off season. That while I'm in training like I am now, they were saying go hard, be training, and all that pay off and stuff like that.
All right, sounds good. Now, what do you feel is your biggest strength as a wide receiver?
My biggest strength is my speed, my route running, and catching.
How about a weakness? Is there anything specific that you'll be taking some time to improve on during the offseason?
I wouldn't say weakness, but I always can improve on route running.
All right.
The route running can never be. That's why my wide receiver coach Brett, always put in my head that your route running can't be too good. So that's something I always worked on, route running. That's something that I concentrated on the most.
All right. Now, let's say there's an NFL general manager listening to this very interview. Why should he want wide receiver Antonio Vaughan out of Old Dominion University, a part of his team?
Because I create a lot of mismatches. Like I can play outside and inside. I can play running. I'm a very versatile player. I can play special teams. And when I line up in slot, they used to be a big mixed match with me going against safeties and linebackers. And that'll help the team out a lot.
Chris Shanfeld talking to 2015 NFL Draft prospect, wide receiver out of Old Dominion, Antonio Vaughan here on the CS Podcast. And Antonio, just a few more questions, then I'll let you go. I really do appreciate your time. When did you realize that the NFL may not only be a dream, but it could become a reality?
Right now, it's going through training and listening to some of the people and some of the things scouts they're saying. And I was like, yeah, this is a reality. I dreamed about this my whole life, so I was saying this here now, so I've been pushing myself to make it become a reality. That's
awesome. Now, if you would compare yourself to a wide receiver currently playing in the NFL, who would that be and why? Is there anybody specific out there?
I would say someone I always modeled my game after was Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I always modeled my game because he's a small guy like me, not too big, but his mindset, I think our mindset the same, like no matter how small you is, we still go attack and play big, like a big receiver, go get the ball and making great catches and making big plays.
Hey, he's definitely emerged as one of the top wide receivers in the NFL, so you definitely cannot go wrong with him. A smaller school guy, too, and what was he, a 6th, 7th round pick as well, so a guy that has really started from the bottom, and he's definitely earned his way up, so definitely cannot go wrong with Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown on that one. Now, the NFL draft is just a few months away. Any chance that you've been invited to any college all-star games, or do you have any plans for the next few months?
Right now I'm just training. My agent, he working on getting me invited to all-star games and combine. So hopefully all that pulls through.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Sounds good. You mentioned scouts a little earlier. I got to think that scouts have been in and out of Old Dominion. To see you and some of your teammates, any chance that you've been able to speak with them or have any idea what they might be saying about you?
No, I haven't spoke with them yet. My wide receiver coach let me know. He really don't tell me exactly what they be saying, but he just said a lot of scouts got high interest in me, and they've been saying good things about me. He really don't literally on what they've been saying.
Well, either way, I mean, I got to think that's very exciting, very encouraging just to hear that scouts are interested in you. Now, last but not least, Antonio, here's a fun one to end the interview. What's something about yourself that many people may not know?
That many people may not know that I'm a father.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, congratulations on that. I sure did not know that. But anyways, Antonio, I really do appreciate your time, man. It was great talking to you. Once again, congratulations on a very successful college football career at Old Dominion University, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best throughout this process. Do you have anything else for us before I let you go?
No, sir.
All right. Well, once again, thank you very much, and take care, all right?